consultant and author, Sandy Place. Hi, Sandy.
Hi, it's so nice to be here.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Thank you, you too.
You just completed your first year as a consultant, teacher, and writer in your second life.
Yes.
Yeah. How did it go?
It went really well, really, really well. In fact, it's gone so well that I'm racing to keep up with it, so it's all good. It's all very good.
You've been busy writing, and we've kept up with Sandy because GTV's David Barker, who was here yesterday, he's helped Sandy with her website.
Yes, he has.
A Sandy Place. And you bring to this website and to the people you work with a holistic approach to well-being. And I think people that had the experience of being with Sandy when she was the administrator of Jackson County Medical Care Facility felt that holistic approach.
Yes, and they still are using those approaches, which is wonderful.
Nice.
I am honored now to be able to work with other health systems and hospitals and nursing homes and hospices and introduce some of the same sorts of things,
And you're
which
doing
is
that
really nice. Yeah.
to this day.
Yes, I am.
And you're also busy writing
I am.
poetry.
Yes, that's one of the things that I write is poetry. Yep,
You've got
and I love it.
some new publications.
I am very proud to say that I have in the store and on Amazon, I've got 4 publications out right now, the chapbooks that most poets use to, they're small and they give a few poems out, and that's what I have right now. I've also been honored to be part of an international, actually 3 international anthologies of poetry, one of which, well, 2 of which are actually involved in raising food for food banks, which is pretty cool.
Now, do you have to submit to be included in an
Yes.
anthology? It's competitive?
Yes, it is.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that was pretty exciting.
Well, in a couple
humbling.
moments, well, in a couple moments, I'm going to ask Sandy to read something, one of her poems. Now, do we have a poets community in Jackson?
We do. I know that there is a Facebook community that there is Jackson Poets. I don't actually know the formal name of it, but I think if you searched it, you could find that. I know they meet periodically at the library. And then there's also a lot of good work being done with kids in the schools of Jackson, just writing poetry and entering poetry competitions.
Yeah, you were telling me your granddaughter was in the Young Poets competition that JDL has. Now, you brought some books.
I did.
You've got the anthology about the Bards Against Hunger.
Yes, this is it right here.
Okay, well, that's a pretty
Yeah, it's a hefty one.
book. Yeah.
It is. And all of the proceeds for this one are generated by, or all the food that's raised, are generated by poets such as myself who have entered into this anthology, doing something in their community to encourage people to bring to their local food banks. Food banks get flooded with things during the holidays, and then in January, dry. So that's what I would like to share today is that.
Well, that's a neat mission then.
It is, and they've done it for, I think this is like the 2nd or 3rd 10-year anniversary that they've been doing it. So they celebrate every so many years by the actual publication. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and you've got a poem that you've written that's in that book. Can you share it with us?
I'd be happy to.
Oh, awesome.
It's about a gentleman that I saw at Henry Ford Hospital in the outpatient clinic who was just joyous, and I couldn't help myself. I just wrote it as he was walking by.
Oh, neat.
The name of it is The Injured Musician. The music drifted down the hallway, softly and gently. His voice was soothing, a gentle tune in a sorrowful time. He sang alone, unaware of anyone hearing him. He sang to whomever or whatever was listening. But mostly, it seemed, he sang for himself. As he left the building, he limped, his leg plaster cast and awkward. He struggled with the awkwardness. He limped on, and he smiled, still humming his tune.
Very nice.
And that's in this one.
So is there a theme to these anthologies?
Not really. It's just an eclectic collection from people literally all around the world. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, let's
Wanna see it?
hold that up so we can show it to people at home, and people can get this on Amazon.
On Amazon, yeah. I have a few copies in my store, but not very many.
Nice. You've got another anthology that was
I do.
more seasonal with the holidays.
Yes, this one is called Harmonic Verse. I don't know if you can see that very well. There we go. And this one is just about the spirit of the season. And I chose an interesting approach to this. I thought everybody would do Christmas trees and Santa and jingle bells and all that.
Yeah.
So I talked about Father Time because he too ends our holidays. So this one is called The Annual Demise of Father Time. The ancestors gather around you as you wait to leave this world, vested in an array of robes, carrying long staves and sprouting bristling beards. The kindred hold vigil for your passing. Can you forgive us, Father Time? We are such a wasteful lot. You came to us with promise a mere year ago, lined, creased then in infancy, and wrinkled now in age. We have quickly bent and shrunken you, sucked your wisdom in anguish and gasping, and now we throw you away, wanting only the promise of young life and perspective. The elders here feel your pain. We abandon your words and wisdom. It is as it must be now, as it always was. We humans created this time paradigm, and now it suffocates your flame and ours. Transfer your wisdom to this new little one who will need it so very much. This one may have to hold us up, perhaps in some way redeem us. You, Father Time, are the sacrifice based on this bent reality. We honor your service, we feel your pain, and bid you rest. Your time will be remembered, cataloged. May your next life be timeless, boundless, multidimensional, and may you find peace within its borders. Hush now, dry your tears. All is inevitable. In the near distance, we hear the baby crying.
I like that. It's about time Father Time got honored instead of demonized.
Bless his heart.
Yes. Oh, and you have another anthology.
Yeah, there's three. This one was a religious collection. I'm not a particularly religious person, but I did have this experience when I was a kid, so I wrote it in this poem. And it was quite fun, I will tell you. So this one's called Sleigh Bells and Angels. Youth warmed me when I heard the bells, softly and gently in the night sky above. I was young then and full of belief, a magical thing, heart filling with trust and love. It was Father Christmas, I am sure, bursting with joy and awaiting morning promises and gifts so pure. I was quite young then, very young. Another time, but in the same season, snow fell with wet, sparkling flakes, the size of quarters at least. They floated down ever so slowly, silently and gently to the ground. It was then that I heard it, the harmonious song, sweet, soft voices calling me in. I heard the angels, I am convinced, felt peace flooding in for all our sakes. I am so much older now, somewhat delusioned by life's grief. Yet each year at Christmastide, in the season of giving and loving, I stubbornly hope and quietly believe. I venture outdoors, looking to the horizon, listening with acute intent, keenly attuned to the hearing of the jingling of bells, the songs of sweet voices, and hoping for these sounds in convicted belief and praying for the touch of hope.
Very nice. You saw the angels.
Who can not like that?
Yeah, that's really nice.
Thank you.
And this is also to help the hungry.
Yes, that one in particular, all of the proceeds of the pre-sales, the pre-orders, all went to Feeding America.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Well, you can support the missions and enjoy some wonderful poetry and relive the season of the holidays as well with our own Sandy Place.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks. My pleasure.
All of these are available on Amazon and the shop on the website, asandyplace.com, and it's posted here at JTV. Great to see you, Sandy.
Great to see you too, and thank you.
Yeah, great poems. Thanks for sharing with us today. Well, that's it. We've run out of time. Thanks to Sandy and everybody here with us today.